What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. I wasn't actually planning to do a do a daily news video because there wasn't any news. Like I could have come on and talked about the Lukaku Vlahovic situation, Zakaria, whatever, but I would kind of be very repetitive because there are no real new updates. Actually, I will maybe mention it later on, but real updates, no. So I wasn't planning to do a daily, also because we play Real Madrid in a couple of hours. We will do a watch along on this channel, so please join if you want. It's in a more decent hour for me. It's at 1:30, so we're gonna do a watch along until RMC Sport came out with the news, and then Romano followed up with it that we are linked finally. And when I say linked, it's very, very early. Maybe it's not even a link, but we are being put in a conversation with a defender. And me personally, I've been calling for this for, I don't know, April, March, I don't know. We need a defender, and we have been linked with one. We've been linked with Todibo, playing for Nice now, and yeah, let's get into what the news is, what the news could mean, because there are some interesting facts that could maybe potentially make this deal become a reality. So let's go. Also, I forgot, like the video. More people are liking the video finally, and it's helping the channel out big time. So please like the video. But Todibo. So the news first, it came from RMC Sport, and then Romano followed up. The news report is Juve have contacted Nice for defender Todibo. Nice are asking for 30 million euros to sell him. Romano piled on it, saying Giuntoli has followed him ever since he was at Napoli. So you know it's a real link. That's basically what the talk is. Really quickly about Todibo, maybe you guys remember. I'm gonna say it was 2018, probably 18, 19. Who knows? That were being linked with Todibo. Remember, he was leaving Schalke, and we were in the conversation for Todibo. And he was being mentioned for us. Let me get this up because I wrote something down. We were in the mix. Back in the day, I didn't really knew who he was. Toulouse, not Schalke. He went to Schalke. That's what I was trying to say. And we were in the mix after his first season at Schalke. At that loan spell, we were being talked about. He's coming. Is he coming? Is he not coming? And I think the general consensus back then was he wasn't ready. And from what I've had seen back then, he wasn't really ready. He needed time. He went to Schalke. He went back. Then he went to Benfica, I think it was. And then he went back to Barcelona really quickly. Benfica again. And then Nice. And then Nice bought him, I think, for about 9 million euros, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 10. Something between 8 and 10 million euros is what Nice bought him for a season ago. But he played for Nice on loan the season before that. And he improved big time. He improved big time, and he's young. He's young. He will be 24. He played at a high level. Played Bundesliga. He played Benfica. He played Champions League football. He played in Europe. Like, he has experience. He's young, and that's the kind of player we should be linked with, because we will not get tier A players. Like, we're not gonna get linked with them in our situation. That's impossible. I like Pau Torres. Because he's left-footed. Todibo is not left-footed. That could be potentially an issue. I like Todibo because he's not an aggressive type of defender. He's not a Chiellini or a Bremer, in my opinion. He's somebody who will probably, from what I've seen, he's better at facilitating kind of the build-up play. He is the guy you will probably go to play out from the back more or whatever. Like, he's that type of guy. He's not the real aggressive player. He's not going to press like Bremer can do, or Delay could do, or Chiellini could do. He's not that type of player. But I think he could complement Bremer well. Now you can say no, which I get, but he could be a valid option. And again, we are not going to get linked with name it. I think Paul Torres was already a crazy link, for people. And you went Aston Villa, you might say Aston Villa, whatever, but that was already a link that will make you think like we're not in for Paul Torres. But we're not gonna get linked with level A players. We're not. And while I'm recording, Julian texted me, because he saw the link as well, and he just now texted me that he has a better mid-range passing than Kim Min-jae and Lisandro from Man U. Like I've not looked into stats. What I've seen, like I said, I think he's better on the ball than. He's a good defender, but then like natural defending, like a Bremer or like a Chiellini, whatever. Like not at that level, obviously, but like pure defender. You're like, man, you are extremely good. But that's okay, we know the situation. It's just refreshing that we're being linked with these players. Not saying it could happen, but I've been calling it out personally. Our backline is not good enough. We cannot move away from a back three because of obvious reasons. But if Gatti is injured or Bremer is injured, it's Sandro or Rugani, and that's not good. That's absolutely terrible, So what is the next step? Well, the next step is 30 million euros. We're not going to pay that. That's obviously. What could help the deal is Nice want Pellegrini, and they're ready to pay 8 million euros. It's just that Pellegrini is waiting because he's still hoping for Lazio or Milan, but those clubs are not putting in an offer. So that could be potentially a thing that could help us get Todibo, maybe, putting that out there. Also, getting Bonucci off the books, maybe Alexandro gone, because he's in that back line. If we were looking at a back three, and there are talks about today that, Saudi teams are back in for Alexandro. Let's see how that will develop. I don't think he wants to go to the Saudi league, from what I've gathered, or like from what I've understood the last couple of months, weeks, years, how the type of person he is. But him leaving, getting the winter off the books, because that's the club. What's the club is doing? Get that money in. Rugani, Bonucci, like these are the players you kind of need to move on in that back line to make it happen. So a lot of work, which sounds very unlikely that we're gonna do that it's gonna happen. But in my opinion, it's a positive link. We have not been linked with a defender since the Paul Torres link back in first week of June, maybe the second week of June. So it's been a while, and it's good. It's, even if it doesn't happen, I understand why it potentially could not happen, because I don't know who's gonna take Rugani, Bonucci, all these players off your hand. I know it's tough. I think we should be more ruthless and telling these players train separately, find a team, whatever. That's my issue. But it's good that the club is actually agreeing with a lot of people in terms of that backline is actually not good enough. If you look at the like, we have the numbers in terms of we have personnel, we have too many defenders, but they're not good enough. That's the main issue. Like, you can have 10 strikers, but if they're all average, what's the point? Then just keep 3 average strikers, whatever, or sell 8 and get 1 good striker. I think that's the issue here. We have the numbers, but we don't have the quality, in my opinion. So this link is good. It's refreshing. Let's see how it will develop. He's not, like, if he comes in, I'm not going to overhype him. I like him. I like the profile, the age, the way he plays, his development. He improved big time. I like all these things compared to getting linked with a Castagna or a Freuler. Like, those type of links are scary. They're worrying. They're not good. At that point, don't buy anyone. Just stay with what you have and don't waste money on players like Castagna and Freuler. Don't waste a single penny on them. Not even a 1 million euro loan deal, whatever. Don't waste a single euro on them. These links, positive, good direction. Let's see how it will go. Again, very early stages. The reports are they ask for information to be keep in the loop. What's going to happen with him? Are there offers for him? What do you want for him? All those things. Are you willing to sell? I think that's very early stages. Say early stages. It's 2nd of August, 4 weeks, and the transfer window is closing. So things need to happen. Things needed to happen weeks ago, and things need to happen now. And again, Zakaria, nothing. McKennie, nothing. Bonucci, nothing. You know, we sold Kulusevski with a discount. The Winters, I don't know what's going to happen with him. We let Paredes, Di Maria go. You got Milik and you got Rabiot in, whatever. But things need to start moving now. But yeah, that's the update. That's actually the big news and the only news of the day. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also we're gonna do the watch along, so check that out. Yeah, join us for our last friendly game in the US. Thanks for watching. See ya.